Good evening. It is evening now. That was a pretty impressive introduction. I'm not sure who that was, but you did hear that I came from a large family. That was the gasp I heard in this hall. I do have 8 brothers, along with 9 sisters, and only 2 parents. And they were all single births. Wow was right. My siblings, some of who are over here, and some over there, and there's a couple back there. My siblings challenged me to name all of them from the podium, but I told them I only had a limited time to speak. Needless to say, it follows the theme, a good Italian, Irish, Roman Catholic family. So if you want the names, just look up the names of the disciples and the other biblical characters. We even have the Mother of God covered. And then there's Mom and Dad. Mom, unwavering, calm, actually. Nurturing, but what I would also say is kind of psychic. She knew every one of her children, inside and out. She knew them really well. She knew what buttons to push and when to push them. And she was subtle about it, if you can believe that. Almost sneaky. Dad, on the other hand, there was nothing subtle about him. When he walked into a room, you would feel the shock waves announcing his arrival. He was not boastful at all, just full of confidence and respectful of everyone that he would meet, friend or stranger. He was the role model for treating people with respect. If there's an explanation of how it is that someone like me could be standing in this spot right here, right now, I'd have to say it's a culmination of all the experiences I've had growing up in this family environment. You can just imagine all the possibilities, the interactions in a large family. Just ask Sheila Dixon, she can tell you. You learn an awful lot by observing what to do and what not to do. However, as a group, we did encourage each other to experience things on our own. You learn best from your own experiences. I don't know if you're aware, but the toaster is one of the greatest learning tools. And we older siblings would watch the young ones navigate this experience. As in, hey guys, Steve is trying to get the stuck toast out of the toaster with a knife. Let's watch. Now, we could have stopped him, but then he wouldn't learn from his own experiences. And so we would gather in the kitchen, and we'd wait to see what would happen. If successful, we would cheer him loudly. And if not, well, chances are he wouldn't do that again. And so we learned what to do and what not to do, but we also learned how to act and how to react and respect. And the best role models for that were Mom and Dad. I'm dedicating this evening to dads. My own dad, my father-in-law, who was a special man, my son, who's a father, and also my daughter's fiance, who I hope someday will enjoy fatherhood. But no pressure. And father figures everywhere. My dad never bragged about himself, certainly, but he also never bragged about his children. He expected us to be respectful of others, so it was just a given that Dineo's met that expectation. If there was a game at Union College where I played, or at Hoosick Valley, or wherever, and I happened to have a good game, maybe the best game of my life, we would meet afterwards, and I would wait to hear what my father thought of my performance. And he would wait his turn, because all the kids were first coming through. And then he'd step up to me and he'd say, "Nice job." Just 2 words. Nice job. Not boastful, just nice job. But you know what? That comment would mean the world to me, because that comment was high praise coming from him. That meant, nice job. That meant that I gave it my all. Dad was not the only father figure in my life. My father-in-law was also a great man. He just passed away last month, 4 days before his 99th birthday. And up to that point, he was riding bikes and hiking. He lived in Montana. He was a mountain man, just an incredible guy. And he taught his daughter well. And it's been my good fortune to be her partner for almost 50 years now. She learned well from her father, and in turn, taught our children well. We are extremely proud of our children and the way they've lived their lives. They've become healthcare professionals. Not an easy job in the last couple of years, and we're very proud of what they've done. They've gone above and beyond. I want to mention that my 2 union coaches are here tonight. They are extended family. They traveled from out of state to be here, and I could not be more grateful for you to be here. It's an honor to have you here. Thank you. And it was never just Coach Gary Walters. It was Sue and Gary Walters. And it was never Coach Bill Scanlon. It was Barb and Bill Scanlon. It was extended family. And they're very special to me. So as you can see, for me, I enjoyed a competitive environment. Life was a competition. Where did I get my quickness and defensive skills? 3 times a day at mealtime. By the way, if you're still thinking about it, Stephen did navigate the toast successfully, and to this day, he's quite skillful. But really, the best thing about athletics, in my mind, is that every contest starts with the highest of expectations, right? Tonight could be the night. Great things could happen. It's a clean slate. It's 0-0 or off. And whether you're coaching or playing, the evaluation of your work is obvious. Your efforts are measured in ways that everyone can see. They keep score. Not only do they keep score, they put it in bright electric lights, and they hang it high on the wall on both sides of the gymnasium so everyone can see what the score is. So, why not win? As long as there's going to keep score, well, we might as well be on the high side, and there are 2 ways to do that. You score more points, or they score less. When I played, I tried to set some personal goals that end up being team goals, but my number 1 job was to disrupt with defense. I guess that's what I'm famous for. Causing chaos. And I was used to that growing up, so I fit right in. The goal was to make every team and every player that you played against play below their average. You wanted to challenge them. You couldn't completely shut people out, right? But you could make the game a significant challenge for as long as there was time on the clock. Another goal that we had, someone mentioned this earlier, was to remember the losses. If you were a 500 team, that's too many losses to remember. 20-4, I can name those teams. All right? That was the goal. Back-to-back, 20-4, I can name you those 8 teams. That was a goal. And the third was, as we mentioned, the ECAC was our NCAA back then. But the goal was not to make the Final Four. They would pick the 4 best teams, and you would have a weekend tournament. And the goal was not to be in the 4 teams. The goal was to be in the final 2 teams, was to be in the championship game. The goal was to play the last possible game you could possibly play in the season. How far can you go? The championship game. At Union, we were in the championship game 4 straight years when I was there. Now, you have to understand, to be successful, it takes a special group to pull that off. I'm not taking responsibility for that. But I've been blessed with both teammates, some of which are here tonight, and coaches who are here, and supporters that could make that happen. Family and extended family. No one does this alone. The right leadership, the right personnel, the right chemistry, and oh yeah, I was lucky enough to have my own cheering section. So I leave you with this. To all the honorees, and coaches, teammates and friends, extended family and pseudo-family and actual family, to all those that have offered support, I leave you with my highest compliment. Nice job. Thank you.